All right, Tuesday, and I'm
Tuesday morning, dad
yeah,
joke of the daytime.
yeah.
Come on, Connor. Give it to us. Hit us with it.
Okay, so let's get started. So, why did the egg have a day off?
Why did the egg have a day off?
Because it was Friday.
Is that a real one?
Yeah.
Give me 5 on that one. I hate Fridays. You do it on purpose. All right, dude. Hey, man. This is your last week of school, isn't it?
No, that's.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Okay, let's get going. Let's get our trade on. Here we go. So it's Tuesday, the day after Memorial Day. Man, that was a long weekend. Whew. Gives me the shivers just thinking about it. Let's get this thing going here. So let's put our trades on. So this is we're going to do the same thing we always do. We're going to put a live money trade on, and then we're going to monitor a bunch of paper, quote unquote, paper trades, and see how they perform throughout the day. So let's get going here. Let's put the real money trade on first. It's 7:05. So we go to the 0 DTE options. So let's do a put. I'm going to do a put on this one. I have another trade I'm going to be putting on a little bit later today that I'm going to be using these calls most likely with. So I don't want to step on their strike. So let's go to the put, the at the money. SPX is trading at 53.05. So let's go to, let's say, analyze by trade, butterfly, and then this will be a 15 pointer. We're using 15 points for our live money trades. So there's 15 points to the downside, and there is 15 points to the upside. So there's our starting trade right there. Now I'm going to put on some of these snow tires, even though it is summer. Not in the market. The market is not. Okay, so here's our basic trade. That looks nice, right in the center. Let's see if we do a couple of snow tires on this. So I'm just going to scroll down to, usually we get these on like around 70, 80, or 90 cents. So I'm going to start there. I'm going to start with this one on the put, and then on the call side, I'll start with this one. See how that looks. Oh, look at that. That looks like, that's beautiful. It looks pretty good. We always want to compensate a little bit for the upside. So maybe I'll come in slightly and see what that does to the smile. Mayonnaise. Yeah, let's start a little aggressive like that on the upside. See how that goes throughout the day. So I'm going to put this on. Oh yeah, we're doing 2 contracts now. I forgot. We're scaling up. Okay, so we're doing 2 of these. Let me try to get this filled real quick. We'll say 4. Oh, come on. 440. Let's see if we can get 440. Okay, we're trying to get in at 440. It's showing 455. There's 445. Maybe I'll go to 445. 445. Okay, so now we're trying to get 445, and it's 465. Those darn market makers. Okay, so now we're trying to get 450. And I'm kind of going through this quick because I don't have a lot of patience, but the right way to do this would be just to like sip your coffee and take your time like they do in the South. No rush. Make them come to you. Don't let them take advantage of you like they're taking advantage of me right now. So you can just take your time getting into this. I mean, at some point you won't get filled. You won't if it's too far away. But I bet I could sit here for a while and try to get a 450. I'm just too impatient. I got too many things going on. I got to juggle. So I'm just sort of trying to get filled quicker than it's probably smart. Okay, so now I'm trying to get 455. And they're still not giving it to me. Come on, you guys. 460. Ooh, we got filled. Okay. So let's see, we got filled at 455. So let's come over here, we'll lock that in. 455, there's our butterfly. Let's put our wings on. Oh yeah, so this is, we need to move these up to 2 contracts because we scaled up. So let's go with that today. That's a little aggressive on the upside, but let's just see how it goes. Because this is the side that always seems to droop faster and it's weaker. So let's go ahead and we'll put those on. Oh, those are pretty expensive. Let's make sure that, I'd like to get these under $1. Let's see if we go 30. That's okay. We'll spend a little bit more money. This is an experiment. We're just experimenting here. So we'll be a little bit more aggressive to the upside on this one, on this snow tire wing. So we'll say create duplicate order. I can probably get filled here. Okay, I got filled at 125 on that one. So I'll lock that in. And then on the downside, I'll get filled on this one at 65. Okay, there we go. We're all in. We're all good. 65, 125, 455. 65, 125, 455. So I'm going to lock all these in at 65, 125, 455. There we go. So there's our position. Let me just double check again. 125, 65, 125, 65, 455. Okay, so there's our trade right there. Oh, look at that. We're already up $10. Let's go do a candy run, Connor. Come on. Connor? Yeah. Oh, you are there. Okay, so there's our real life money trade. Off and running. We have a theta of 1449, which is nice. Delta of 8, so we're sort of looking towards a move up. Not really intentionally. I just want to kind of overdo the call wing on that snow tire for this one, and a Vega 37. All right, so let's put on our paper trades now. So we've got quite a few we got to put on. Let's see how fast I can do this. So we'll go down to at the money, and we do these on the calls. So it's trading at 53.06. So 53.05 will be the middle strike. I'll say analyze by trade butterfly. That'll just load up a 5-pointer. So we'll go with that one. That's the 5-pointer. Then I'll say analyze trade. That'll duplicate that one. And I'll stretch the wings out to do a 10-pointer. So we'll say 95 and 15. Okay, there's that one. And I'll duplicate that by saying analyze trade. I want to make sure all these prices are locked in. That's how we know where we got filled at, or supposedly filled on these paper trades. So this will be a 15-pointer, so we'll go down to 90 and we'll go to 20. We'll lock that in. That's our 15, and we'll say, not analyze opposite trade. We want to say analyze trade. Duplicate that. This will be our 20-pointer. So we'll go to 85 and 25. Okay, there's our 20-pointer. Let's do it again. I'll say analyze trade, and we'll go 5 points more. This was 25 wide, right? Yeah. So that's our 25 wide. Then I'll do another one. I'll say analyze trade. This will be our 30 wide, 75 and 35. Is that right? I'm getting screwed up here now. Yeah, that's right. That's our 30 wide. And then I'll say analyze trade. This will be 40. So I'll go down by 10 points on either side. This is our 40 wide. Yep. Okay, there's that. So there's all of our main paper trades. And then we started, last week we started this, the Rob tests. And the Rob tests are, we're doing 2 trades setting them up based on standard deviation. So you can see here in the price slices area, I have standard deviation set to 1 on that top row, and -1 standard deviation set to the bottom row. So those are creating these horizontal, I don't want to do that. So that's creating these these vertical lines, these brown lines. This brown line is right where the price is currently trading. These are the one standard deviation. So this is saying we want to set this next one. This will be the Rob versions. Analyze trade. So let's say the lower wing will be set to 5270. That's one standard deviation right there. 52, or that's where it's closest to, 5268, so that's 5270. And then an at the money. And then the upper wing will be one standard deviation, which is 5340. 5340. So there is that. Okay? So let's lock that in. That's the one standard deviation. Let's give it a couple of wings here. A couple of snow tires just to test it, just to see how they perform it with and without the snow tires on this one. Okay, so let's see. That's the trade. This is saying we buy this is a put and a call, like the snow tires on either side. So the upper one looks okay, or not great. It looks, we can get it better. Let's pull it in, and the lower one needs to come in. We need to. That's not a very good downside hedge. Even that's not. That's probably overdone on the downside. Let's say like that. Let's get a little bit more aggressive on these ones. Let's say 5290 and 5215, or 5315. Okay, how does that look? Let's just go with it and see. So we'll be able to monitor both that and this one with the wings and without the wings. And then we'll say analyze trade. We'll duplicate that, and this one will be a 0.5, like half of a standard deviation. Okay. All right. So this one, the wings will be at 5285. $52.85 and 53.20, 53.20, 53.20. Okay, so there's that butterfly. Look at that. So that's sort of, that's where we ran into issues on Friday. So when we're doing it by the standard deviation, they may not be like equal distant butterflies. They may be slightly broken wing, right? So what do we want to do there? I'm going to throw that out to my friend Rob here, who came up with this idea. I think it's a cool idea. This basing it on the standard deviations, and like it'll be more dynamic. It'll, like, as the market moves, it'll change. But if we're doing it based on the standard deviation, so this is a half a standard deviation above and below. If we go with these strikes, 52.85, that's the lower one, and then the at the money is 53.05. That's the right one for right now. Right now the SPX is trading at 53.04. And then the upper standard deviation is 53.23. So maybe we should just round that up, 53.25. And that'll give us a balanced butterfly. What do you think, Rob? You tell me. Put in the comments below. Okay. Okay, so there's that one. Let's go with that for right now until I get the official answer, and then let's give this guy wings, snow tires. Okay, so I'm gonna unlock this lockbox, and that's probably too much. Although that would be interesting to test, like super aggressive. Let's go back on these like by one strike and see what that does. I don't know. It's kind of a hard one. This is what I propose. Oh, the SPX is moving. I better get this on. Oh, that's too much. Let us go with that. I'm wondering if I should change this. Oh no, it's coming back down now. So let's go with that. I'm gonna lock those in. So there we are. We got all our trades on. Let's go back to our live money trade and take a look at that. Let's say hide positions. And then here's our live money trade. So I'm just going to monitor this. The profit target on this is $100. And if we do a 1-to-1 risk, then the stop loss will be 100. If we want to do a 2-to-1 stop, it'll be 200. And so there we go. We're off and running. All right, I'll be back in a little bit, like half hour, an hour. We'll check in and see how everything's going. See you then. Okay, here's just a really quick update. It's 7:38, and I just wanted to make sure that I got the time on this and document it. So here is this is our live money butterfly without the snow tires. You can see that it's been trading above 110 for a couple minutes. So I would say this would be safe to say that we would have hit profit target on this of $100. And it's 7:39, so like in about 30 minutes. Now the version with the snow tires is pretty much flat. So this one's taking longer to come in. I did get a little bit more aggressive on this one. Bought a little bit more expensive calls and puts, or calls basically. I bought more expensive calls. So anyway, that's where the trade stands right now. About 30 minutes in, the trade without the snow tires would have hit profit. We would be out now with our profit target, $100. The version with the snow tires is pretty much break even at this point. So I'll just continue to monitor this and check in if anything cool and exciting happens. So we'll see you soon. Okay, here we go. It's Tuesday, May 28th. It's about 10. This is our check-in on this. This is our live money trade with snow tires on it. And this one's really taking it's taking its time. It's a lazy day for this one. Taking its time coming in to hit profit target. So profit target's $100, and right now it's bouncing up there. I saw it like around 70 and 80 pretty consistently a few minutes ago. So we're getting close to potentially taking this off and hitting our profit target. There's 70. So I have these staged out here, these orders to close out of it. And if we close out of this, these are the 3 trades we'll make. So I'm just kind of watching this manually. I'm considering maybe next time I do this trade with these, maybe see if I can order it all this as one order and remove it all as one order. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That'd be 5 legs. I don't know. But for now, I'm just looking at it manually. And my plan is to take just one off first, one of the butterflies off. Once I get up around $100, I'm going to take one of these butterflies off and give us a position like this. It'll just really increase that smile because we've left those 2 snow tires on and we just have one butterfly at that point. And just see if I can milk a little bit more out of it. You can see we'll still have a positive theta there. So I'm just sort of watching this manually and waiting for it to get close to that 100. There's 80. So let's see if I just tick this up. I'll click on this one butterfly, tick this up to 6, let's say 650. I'm going to put this order in at 660 just to see if we get lucky on one of these bounces. Okay, there it is, working at 660. Let's come back down here and we'll take that off and monitor the real price. So it's 630. So we're getting up there. I saw 100. So that was 100. 100. we're just kind of sitting here waiting. So previously it was getting into a little bit of a, getting pretty close to this edge, and so I had staged up a potential adjustment, which would be just to remove one of the butterflies, like so, and that may even be the adjustment for right now. But we could also just we take one butterfly off, and then we put another one up. I can't even talk today. Or any day, we take one butterfly off, and then we move it and put it up here, which would give us a graph like this. And then we can get rid of one of those wheels if we want to. But we can get some good profit in this tent. I'm just sort of waiting for it to kind of get up there like 6. Like at 80. If it got to 80, we're almost there. Consistently at 80 or 90, I may just make this move and just take one of these off. Peel off one of these butterflies. Oh, let's see here what's going to happen. We're getting a movement now. Look at this. Things are going. It's 10. So at 10, something always happens. What happens at 10? Some days more than else, but you can see how I just got kind of nuts there right at 10. So that order should be going. We're up there at, there's 125. What is this order at? 660. Let's go down to 650. So we get filled in that. Yeah, something happens at 10. Like I think maybe some market opens, some overseas market or something. I've seen it a lot right at 10. Sometimes it won't do much, but a lot of times it'll do something kind of batty, like what it just did. It'll start moving all over the place, getting all excited. So I'm thinking I should get filled on this. It's giving me a hard time here. 650, it's showing 660. Let's go to 645. Oh, there it went. Okay, so delete that. Delete. Okay, so we got filled at 650. So let's lock that in. 650. There's our current trade. Doesn't look too bad. Let's make sure that's our current trade. So there's the original position. And then we just got out of one of those butters like that. So now we're up. We got a nice profit going now. So let's say analyze trade. This would be the other butterfly. And then we have those 2 snow tires to get rid of. So let's go for, let's see, 650. Let's go for like a 6. Let's see, create duplicate order. Let's try to get out of this at 6. Oh, it's moving down. Look at that. 655 maybe. Maybe 650 will have to be it. Okay, so we got that one at 650. Let's lock that in. Whoop. 650. And then let's get rid of these guys. So we can get 5 cents more. Create duplicate order, 5 cents more. So we get 25 on that. Hopefully they don't have the same ones. Yeah, one put, one call. Okay, so then this is where I cave in. I don't want to wait around for too long with these guys. So let's do 20. Thanks a lot, market makers. Those market makers. And then I'll say get out of this at 25. Oh, let's see if we can get 25. Come on, baby. So 25. Are you gonna give me 25? Let's see. So 650, 650, 20. 650, 650, 20 on the puts. 20 on the puts, 25 on the calls. So we'll lock in 25 on the calls, 20 on the puts. So that's it. So we sold out one butterfly, 650, and then we sold out the other one, which left us with this position. This is just the snow tires by themselves. So this is like a strangle. God, come on, this thing is hard to move. And then we got rid of these guys to wind up with 100 even, 100 perfect. So this is the live trade we just closed down. So we hit our profit target on that. I need to work on that exit though. We need to, I wonder if I can put this all on as one order and then get out. Because it's nice to have an automatic exit order. Just when it hits that price target you want, it'll get you that order. This is kind of slippery. Like, you know, it was showing like 125, 130. By the time we get out with all these little bit of slippage on these things, it's like at 100. So I need to work on the exit of these if I'm going to do it manually, or figure out how to do it in more of a systematic kind of a more concrete way. But I'll effing take this. So $100 on that. That's our live money trade for today. So that's good. We hit our profit target on that. And that, oh yeah, so that's at 10. At 10 is when that came in. So that's considerably longer than the butterfly without the wheels. So the butterfly without the wheels hit profit target at, we put them on about 7:05, 7:10 California time, and we took off the one without the wheels at 7:38 for a profit target. And now we're just getting out of this one, the wheel version, at 10. So that's a lot longer, which is not necessarily good or bad, but it's something to take into consideration. It's going to take longer to get out of these wheeled ones, but we have that protection in place. Let's go through we'll just go ahead and do the mid-morning update right now since it's 10. So let's just look at all these paper trades we have on. So here's the 5-pointer. This one's just like right in the middle, showing a profit of 448. This is, oh, I'm sorry. Forget that. That was the live trade. So disregard that. Here's the 5-pointer. So the 5-pointer is up $31, 20 to 30. The 10-pointer is up 73. Let's say 100. The 15-pointer is up 200. 200. Oh yeah, so that's a good idea of where our trade would be trading right now without the wheels. Let's look at that. So here's our trade without the wheels. So right now it would be showing a profit of about 400. This is the live money trade without the snow tires on it. At this point we'd be up 400, and we just got out for 100. Here it is with the wheels. You can see it's showing 120. So there's a slippage in there of getting out, or apparently, potentially, that's what happened to me just now. So even though it shows 120, so if we do this manually, we need to wait until we see a kind of consistent profit showing on these of around, like, say 120-ish, or like 10 or 20, $30 more than what we're trying to get. Unless somebody else, one of you guys out there have a good idea, I'd love to hear it. Give me some feedback on that. If you know of a better way to get out of this to reduce slippage manually, or if we can set an automatic exit order. I really don't want to muck around with like one triggers the other and all that. I'd rather have it like, maybe it's just like one order we can get off and everything. Or maybe we can just set up an automatic exit order on just the butterfly only. And then when I hear that thing chime, I got to run over and make sure that I get out of those snow tires. I don't know. If anybody has any ideas, let me know. I'd love to hear it. Okay, so here we go with the paper monies. Here's the 5-pointer. We're up 30. Here is the 10-pointer, up 100. Here's the 15-pointer, up 180. Oh yeah, that's one contract, 180. This is the 20-pointer, up 270-ish. Here's the 25-pointer. Is that right? Yeah. 25-pointer is up 340-ish, 330, 340. This is going to be, I think this is the 30. Yeah, this is the 30. 30-pointer is up 389, 390. The 40-pointer. The 40-pointer is up 440. And then we'll do these dynamic ones. So these are the Rob tests. So this is the 1 standard deviation trade without the wheels. Wait, is that right? Oh, I'm getting screwed up here. I always get messed up in here. I lose it. This is the 30. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. So this is the 40. Maybe I already did this one. This is 440-ish. And then this is the Rob 1 standard deviation. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so this is the Rob 1 standard deviation. And this one is up without the wheels, or without the snow tires, is up 390-ish, 380, 390. With the wheels, looks like that. That's not real. There's something going on there with the pricing. It might pop into shape, but yeah, there's something weird going on there, so ignore that. But this is showing with the wheels. This is up 56, unless this is affecting it somehow. I'll check back in a second. Let's look at the half standard deviation. So here's the half standard deviation trade without any snow tires. This is up 230. And then with snow tires on the half standard deviation, it's, look at that. Oh, it's, yeah, see. This is showing it's underwater. It's weird. I wonder if there's something going on with the pricing on this. Let's go back to this full standard deviation. So here's the 1 standard deviation without snow tires. It's 380. With snow tires, this looks okay. This looks better. This is up 50, 40, 50, 40 or 50 with the snow tires on it. That's a considerable difference. Let's look at our protection. I mean, it has nice protection on it. You know, this sag would change if the price moved up there, but as of right now, it's showing if it came up here to the low point of the pink sag, it would be, we have a risk of $38. On this side, we have a risk of 50, 40, 30 to 40, 50. So that's the 1 standard deviation. Let's look at the 2 standard deviation again. So here's the 2 standard deviation without the snow tires. It's up 225. With the snow tires, it's underwater. That's pretty interesting. I wonder if maybe I was too aggressive on that one. Sorry, Rob. I'm mucking up your tests here. Well, we can't change anything now, but let's see what the price of these are. So these are expensive. The put was 265. The call was 340, and it was it was pretty aggressive, that smile, if I remember right. So that may be the reason why we're underwater right here. But we'll keep an eye on it. We still have a positive theta, positive vega. How much were these? Oh, so here's the wheels or the snow tires on the other one. 350 and about the same cost for the wheels on the 1 standard deviation one. That looks pretty good. I mean, this is the type of protection I would want at this point, or better, but I wouldn't want less. So this was probably the snow tires we got for this was probably right, because this thing is going to continue to droop, and this is about the time that we want to get out of these anyway, midday, because they'll provide some sort of a braking mechanism if there's a big run up or a big shutdown, but mostly to either help us get on an adjustment. It's not going to give us into profit here, just that. It'll just slow the whole thing down so we have time to get another trade on as an adjustment, or just get out below our stop loss amount, like less than our stop loss amount, and not get totally blown out of the trade. Okay, so that's it for the mid-morning update. I'll be back at end of day with settlement. Last looks. Let's take a look at one more. So this is our live money trade we put on today. We had scaled up on Friday, so we're at 2 contracts now. We did this with snow tires, and had we not taken it off a few minutes ago, this would just showing a profit of 130, 140, 50, 150. But we got out of this at. Now here's let's look at this. Here's the trade. Had we just taken that first butterfly off and done nothing, just waited, which is kind of a valid idea. I think I may try that on one of these, because if we're like in the tent right now, we still have a theta of 670, which is really great. And you can see, because we took one of the butterflies off, but we didn't take any of the wheels off, or the snow tires off. Our protection is back even better than it was at the start of day for the initial butterfly, for the initial 2 contract butterfly. So this is something that I may consider just kind of selling one out like this, holding one with the snow tires, and just watching it really closely, see if I can milk out some more profits. Probably not all the way to the top, but maybe like another $50 or so. I mean, I think that's worth looking at. All right, so that's it for this one. We'll see you at the end of the day. Okay, so here we are. It's after the market that's closed. So let's look at the final last looks, the settlement. And first of all, let's look at our live money butterfly we had on today. So we closed this out at a $100 profit, our profit target of $100. However, as you can see, if we had let this trade run all the way till the end of day, it almost pinned. Another pinner. This trade would have made, just the butterfly without the snow tires would have made 1,806. With the snow tires on, it would have made 1,436. So that's the real money trade. But again, we closed that one down at a profit of 100. So that was closed earlier on in the day. Now let's take a look at our other paper trades. So this is the five pointer. This 5 pointer is like almost all these will be almost pins. This one would have wound up with a profit of 341. Had we just left it on and done nothing. Here's the 10 pointer. The 10 pointer would have wound up with a profit of 691. Not too shabby. The 15 pointer would have wound up with a profit of 936. The 20 pointer would have wound up with a profit of 1,163. The 25 pointer would have wound up with a profit of 1,186. Here's the 30 pointer would have wound up with a profit of 1,256. And the 40 pointer, this is where I keep getting screwed up. What the heck? So that's the 30. Here's the 40 pointer. The 40 pointer would have wound up with a profit of 1,321. And then what is this one? What the heck is this? Oh, these are both the same. I wonder why they're duplicates. No wonder I'm getting screwed up. Okay, and then let's look at the standard deviation trades, the Robb tests. So this is the one standard deviation. So this was set add a standard deviation. One standard deviation is where the longs were bought on this one. This one without the snow tires would have almost pinned as well, would have wound up with a profit of 1,281. And that's without the legs, without the snow tires. With the snow tires, it would have wound up with a profit of 666. Oh God, 666. That's not good. And then here's the half standard deviation. So this is a 0.5 half of a standard deviation. This one would have wound up with, this is without the snow tires. This one would have wound up with a profit of 1,066. And then with the snow tires on, this would have wound up with a profit of 461. So there's all the paper money trades. Let's fill out the Excel sheet real quick. Let's see how fast I can do it. I'm going to try to like race through this thing. That's my new challenge. Forget exercise. I'm just going to try to race through this Excel sheet every day. So let's get started here. So I'm just going to copy all this. I'm going to copy and paste. Today's May 28. May 28. So first of all, I need to get all the risks for each of these. So let's go back to the 5 wide. Total risk on the 5 wide was 55. Total risk on the 10 was 205. So 55 and 205. 55 minus 205. And then next is the 15 wide. 15 is 460 risk. 460 and 815. 460 and 815. 815 is the 20 wide. Let's make sure that I'm on the right one here. 20 wide. Yeah. Okay, 25 wide is, the risk is 1,210. So 1210 and 1640. 1210 and 1640. And then the last one is the 40 pointer. The risk on the 40 point is 2580. So minus 2580. Now here are the standard deviations. What? Better save that. Don't go delete it on me. Okay, so the one standard deviation, let's look at the risk on that. That is the, we're affectionately calling this the Rob tests, after my good friend Rob. He came up with this idea. So the total risk on the full standard deviation is 2110. 2110. And then on the half standard deviation, and that's without the wheels. And then on the half standard deviation, the risk is 825 minus 825. Okay, that's good. So then these are all winners across the board today. This was a good day. Holy moly. So these were all winners. They're all winners at the middle. They're all winners at the end. We can say that these were winners. And so let's just get the total profit on each of these. So let's go back to the top. 5 minute is, the total profit is 336. 336 and 336 and 686. 336 and 836. I better check that one. My memory's not that good. What? 686. Come on, Dan. 686. Okay, the 15 wide. The profit was at settlement would have been 931. So 931 and 1076. 931 and 1076. 931 1076. Okay, so this is for the 25 wide. 25 wide, the profit would have been, that's pretty close to a pin. The profit would have been 1181. And the 30 wide, 30 wide. Is that the 30 wide? Yeah. 30 wide would have been 1251. And then the 40, the 40 wide would have been 1311. 1311. And then the standard deviations, the Rob trades would have been, this is the first one. The profit on this would have been 1293. We're looking at the blue number. The blue is the settlement, which is down here. So the blue says 1281. And then the half standard deviation trade would have been 1066. 1066. Okay, so there's all the paper monies. It was a good day for the paper monies today. It was a good trade for our live trade. So the live trade was so 15 wide, yeah. Scaled times 2, yeah. Let's see what the risk was on it. And so with the risk, since it was we put the snow tires on, we're going to look at the total risk with the snow tires on it, which was, the risk was 1290. 1290. We won 100. This one took a long time. So it took from 7 to 10, basically. 7 to 8, 8 to 9, 9 to 10, 3 hours. It was just under 3 hours, but we'll say 3 hours. And then let's see what the return is on that real quick. So today's return was a profit of $100 on 1290. So 7.7. 7.7%. 7.7. Oh, I got 2% in there. Okay, cool. Nice. And then the last thing is I created 2 new columns here. I'm going to start to track in these 2 columns just the real money wins and the real money losses, so I can see what the totals are, so I know when to scale next. So let's add in this number down here for today, which was 100. So I'll put 100 there. So again, this is the win column, all the wins. This is all the losses. How many losses do we have? We have 1, 2, 3 losses. 3 losses, and how many wins? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 wins, 3 losses. So let's tally up the wins. Let's come down to here. So we have a total profit of $905 worth of wins with the real money since we started trading real money on May 2nd. And then let's take a look at the losses. So we'll add up these losses here. And the losses will be 175. And then we'll do this. We'll combine them both together. I'm going to make these bigger, like the totals bigger, like 18, because I'm going blind. So then we'll just take 175 from 905. 730. So we've made a total profit of $730 on this, and I just need to figure out what we want to use for the risk. So I'm thinking to use the highest amount of risk we ever had on one contract. So we can see that in these numbers, 1290. So what's 1290 divided by 2? 1290 divided by 2, 645. That's pretty risky. Let's try that again. 1290 divided by 2, 645. So on today's trade, it was 645 per contract was the risk. And that was higher than this one. Let's see if we have a number that's higher than 645. 645. Oh, there's 690. I guess we use 690. I think this is a cool way to do it. Does anyone else out there have any ideas like of other ways to do this? I'm just going to look for the well, this was that adjustment trade, right? So we could use that, but I want to do both, I guess. So I want to say 1705 for the adjustment, and then 690 for the one contract, because that'll play into whether my decision if I want to like make adjustments or I just want to get out without messing with it. So 1705. So that'll be the top for the adjustment version. That's one contract. Well, no, that's two because we added one. 3 for 5. Look at these prices on these butterflies back then. Back in the old days, we could get this one on for 260, 240. Okay, so I'm going to use two different amounts for the risk, like kind of like our benchmark of risk. So one will be the 1705 for adjustment version, 1705, and then 690 for. Let me just put this over here. So 1705. Let's say risk. No, let's say adjustment version. 1705 is the benchmark for the risk. That's the highest risk we ever had on a trade for an adjustment. That could get wonky, but oh well. And then non-adjust version, 690. So let's use 690 for right now. And so if we made 730, we've just we have to make another. Oh, so in theory we need to, because we cheated. Remember, we started to scale even though we weren't ready yet. So basically what I want to do is I want to get this much. I want to get enough in profits to cover the risk of 390 times 3 before I go to 3 contracts. So we need to make. We need to have a profit of up to what? 690 times 3. 2070. So once we hit a profit of the wins minus the losses, or everything totaled of all the real money trades, once we hit 2070, then we can scale up to 3 contracts, and that will be in a while, but in a bit, unless we get a big crash or something and one of those snow tires comes in. Okay, so that's it for this one. If you'd like to follow along with me on these trades, just make sure to hit that subscribe button. Like that's what my kids would say. Hit that subscribe button and smash that like. And also be sure to join me on my website. I'll leave a link to my website in the description below. Head on over there, sign up for my free email newsletter. When you sign up for that, you'll get a welcome email sent back to you right away. Just reply back to that welcome email and say, hey, what's up? And I'll get back to you and we'll go from there. All right, we'll see you tomorrow.